Hi, my name's Elliot Walker. Last year I received my double degree in secondary teaching and arts through the University of Adelaide. I graduated with a major in English literature studies and a minor in history. I heard that with this position I would be teaching classes with migrant students from Myanmar, so I thought I'd go through some ideas that I have about how to make sure that these students get the most out of my classes. I did some research and found that schooling is compulsory up to around age 9 for children in Myanmar. This might mean that some of my students may have not been in school for the same amount of time as some of their other classmates are and aren't as up to date with the teaching process, or the learning process for that matter. I'm aware that the fact of this can be confronting both in terms of environment and content we may cover in my lessons. A resource from the US made for helping organisations wanting to accommodate for migrants that I looked at said that direct maintained eye contact can be perceived as impolite and is not particularly common between people in Myanmar. These students may find it difficult to ask for help in the same way that other children in their class might, out of a fear of confrontation. I want to make sure that these issues are correctly met and that these students don't feel disadvantaged for any reason or have their learning affected. In order to avoid confrontation that might come as a result of lesson content, as I touched on earlier, I need to think about the problems that might arise with specific teaching areas, being history of mine. So, for example, when covering imperialism and colonisation in my Stage 1 Year 11 history class, I need to be careful as to use suitable language when teaching. Some of the students may rightly feel hurt by British accounts of colonisation, opinions on the population, or the brutal rule that they supervised. This military rule may also be traumatising for students who have recently left the country with the current military suppression. I can easily help out with this by avoiding inflammatory language and harmful sources, helping the students by making sure that they never have an opportunity to come into contact with such certain confrontation. On the topic of confrontation with eye contact, I would need to make sure that all my students are dealt with on an individual basis at the beginning of the semester and make them aware that they're free to ask any questions in person or via email at any point during the school term. Approaching this on an individual basis is important, as not all migrants from Myanmar are coming from the same experience or even the same region, and there could be significant difference between students. I think my students would benefit greatly from this, where hopefully I can make them feel that their presence is acknowledged and that they are comfortable and in a safe learning environment with me. Thank you very much for your time.